I've been keeping my videos short because I'm just kind of concerned with the memory, but check it for a second. There are themes going on in life, regardless of your level of consciousness and activation, and we're still moving through those things, and everybody has different burdens. And I'm not trying to justify myself of like who's ahead of who in this shit. In the end, we always come back to some type of collective teamwork within the collective strategy and authority. So check it. The last video of my live on Meta Mindset, the one where I was trying to do like an audio presentation, the title of that video was called The Business of War. So the main key I forgot to put in that video is how was that so? How that was so was like in some type of path of, an abstract wholeness. There's a different niche divisions and there's different niche subcategories, most respectively, original, open source. And within that stuff, the key theme for the business of war, that's when Pluto and Saturn comes together, because when two particular planets or more aspect, they're making and creating a different theme in between the dream realm and the physical realm. So the business of war, that is Pluto and Saturn. Pluto and Jupiter, that is like the whole Olympic, metaphysical Game of Thrones. Pluto and Venus, that's just on some like real like letting your human shadow kind of like, experience some type of like, desire being taken and given to you, fulfilled, because Pluto is like kind of like combined with all the other planets in a niche way that we can't even see, because Pluto is like, he's this recycling mechanism. So as Pluto is doing all of this stuff, we don't even know like the aspects it's causing, the different quote unquote sub themes end quote that are there, but they're not really the sub themes. After all that, after all of the non combinations are the sub themes, and the combinations are before the themes, right? But everything's backwards here in 3D. It's meant for a particular type of individuation. So when Pluto aspects all of these different planets, it's just a recycling mechanism of how it's aspecting with a different planet, and then they're in their respective fields of space, in the energy, the constellations, the zodiac signs. So Pluto and Saturn, that is the business of the war, not good, not bad, not taking it personal. Those are just the energy mechanisms, and we're falling into like being where we're at, and we're creations from that, and now we're following up on along how they're moving through the how the solar system is moving through the galaxy, most respectively. So on the recent, and I keep these videos short now because just my memory and shit like that, but the main key for the recent live stream was Pluto and Saturn. That is the business of war. There's a business of war happening that's irrefutable, and something on an energetic, celestial, metaphysical level is causing that in the background for that to be quote unquote energetically supported and that be a thing. So that's the business of war. It's the Pluto and Saturn, and then the sun, and the sun is like respectively, it's kind of like it's a surface level mechanism, driver mechanism, function force, where your dream character is being pushed to the external. That's what the fucking sun is. And there's 12 prominent spaces, quote unquote 12, within this whole astrological body of different phase field temperaments of the different contexts of the admin cadmin body, the astrological dragon feminine house body that we're living in, that has different contrasting versions of it. And the sun is some type of sun carrier that's driving a particular dream character body to the outer surface level, and that sun is the explorer, everyone having their own context of their individual microcosm sun, and that sun is the explorer driver force of your dream character's hope and ambitions for it to like go to the outer reality. So the sun is kind of like pushing all of this outward, and it's kind of like the final film layer for the moon to actually receive all in how the sun is coming from the dream world to the surface realm, and however the gods put it together, however like the planets are a thing, however they have functions and containers and carrier mechanisms of themselves for them to be what they are. So this one's just a short video, and obviously like like when I have like when I'm in a different setting, of just like, clear memory, clear notes. Obviously, the presentations will be structured, and I'm still trying to balance my ego because I'm not comparing myself with anybody. I'm saying this is the truth. This is the truth of it. And let's see how you logically respond with your truth. And is that a truth? So it's transcending the debates eventually because everything will get plateaued in the future. So that's just the main key I wanted to put in there today. And casually, I believe the moon is in, it's nearing Taurus. So it's kind of cuspy. So the moon could have some type of like, it could be receiving some type of like cooling off lava effect, fire and earth eventually. So we'll be cooling off within how the sun and the moon are working together to create some type of like synergistical combustion effect, the sun and the moon being the surface level kind of carrier components of all the other planets, and us the humans receiving that sun and moon energy, and we having that microcosm of the sun, moon, and energy to contribute to this collective story called life. And Jupiter's still in Gemini, and my Mars is in Gemini, so obviously I'm like with you Geminis in one low key aspect. So I get this whole Gemini shit, like my Mars is in Gemini, so I'm just like I get all this fucking Gemini shit. So I love all my gems out there, and hopefully and ironically the gems, y'all should understand, like the Gemini energy is it's the Gemini energy. It's like it's the masculine Mercury energy. So it's with this shit, So obviously there's gonna be like I'm gonna come back with this video. I just wanted to clean up that last video. So thank you guys.